Hiya fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fishing. Today, a product review. Grab yourself a snack and a beverage. Stand by. Oh, by the way, the snack can be healthy. I don't really care. Stand by. All right, fishy folks, today I'm going to be reviewing the Aquarium Co Op freeze-dried brine shrimp cubes. Now, before we get started, I just want to let you guys know, if you don't already, I am a brand ambassador for Aquarium Co Op. What does that mean? That means that I get sent free stuff to try, to talk about, to promote their brand. The problem for me is, as you know, if you've watched any of my multiple reviews, I'm honest. I don't give a, you know what, if you sent me free product, that doesn't mean I'm going to give you a good review just because. I know there are plenty of YouTubers that do that, or plenty of YouTubers that don't talk about negative things when people send them stuff, and that's fine if that's how they want to live, okay. I'm not that guy. Real quick, this weekend was the Keystone Clash, and I met Dan from Dan's Fish, who he and I sort of started our channels kind of at the same time, and I remember watching him, and he remembers watching me, and Dan said, whatever you do, don't lose your Jersey attitude. And I warmed the cockles of my heart, Dan. That was sweet. I won't. This is how I am. Like, if you meet me in real life, I'm an ass, just like I am here. I'm just a pretty face with the camera. I don't really know much about anything. I know a little bit about a lot, but not a lot about, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, when I do a review, I do it like a real person would use the product. Some people would say, you didn't use the instructions, so it's not a good review. Most people don't use the instructions. Like when I set up the filters, like I just took it out of the box and set up how I thought it should be, because that's what most people do. All right. Enough about previous reviews. I'll link videos up here for you to look at, but I'm not a big fan of freeze-dried stuff, and here's why. Early on in my fish-keeping career, I bought some freeze-dried bloodworms, and I fed them to a bunch of tanks. A couple days later, I had a bunch of dead fish in those tanks. Was it the freeze-dried bloodworms? I think it was a Aquarium brand. I don't know, but since then, I've really stayed away from most freeze-dried stuff. Excuse me, little, you know what. And, yeah, I stayed away from it. I recently tried these. I've been testing these. I don't know. You can see I've used a bunch. I've been testing these in a couple tanks for about a week. I also have tried those freeze-dried blackworms from SuperCichlids, but that's another thing. So these say they stick to the glass, and you can feed as floating food. In my experience, they don't stick to the glass. You put them on the glass, they pop off. The ingredients are brine shrimp, vitamin E supplement, and a couple of things, vitamin C, a couple other things I can't pronounce. Guaranteed analysis, crude protein, 47%. It's a lot of protein. I don't recommend feeding high protein stuff to plecos. Luckily, in any tank that has plecos, there's other fish that will eat this way before the plecos get to it, so that's okay. Ash is 10%. Ash is like, as far as I know, ash is like all the stuff left over. It's the best way I can put it. 10% is kind of high. I wonder what it is in 5% in the bloodworms. And look, I'm just doing what like you should do as a hobbyist, looking at the food you feed your fish. Recently, I had a customer who bought a bunch of fish. Very nice customer, but she had a problem with her cories dying after some time after she bought them. And she's like, I think it's the food I feed. And she mentioned all the food she feeds. And she fed everything from real high quality stuff like rapashi to mid-quality stuff to low-quality stuff like hikari and fluval bug bites, which I'm just not a fan of the fluval. The hikari stuff, not a big fan of either. The hikari stuff we get here in the U.S. is different than some of the stuff that I've seen in Japan, and you know, it is what it is. Back to Aquarium Co Op. I threw them on the floor, but they landed on my feet. Back to the Aquarium Co Op freeze-dried brine shrimp cubes. I guess the best thing I can do is show you you know, on the glass. So refill your snack and your beverage if you need to, and stand by. All right, fishy folks, we are going to we're gonna add a brine shrimp cube stuck to the glass to these red lace tank. So when you stick it, it kind of smushes really easy, and if you don't really stick it hard, it pops off. And in my experience, now it could just be me, that's what happens. Now it's fine. It'll float. They'll nibble on it, and pieces will fall off, and they'll catch them. But as far as sticking, look, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it to this tank, the Silverado red tail tank. So you just smush it like that. Maybe I'm smushing it too much, but you can see a lot, like it's not sticking. So I don't know, is it me? Do they really not stick? Let's see, let's come over here. I'm just gonna push it gently like that. Nope. And they are attacking it like, you know, it's a fat kid with cake. You can't see because of the glare. They love it. Look at that sexy pleco. Sorry, something shiny. They love it. It's good food. It's high protein. It's great for guppies if you're breeding. It's great for other fish if you're breeding, or fish that need high protein. But they don't stick to the glass for me. Like, look, it's all mush now. So I don't know. Is it me? Is it the glass? Is it, you know, I don't know. But they don't stick. Is that a problem? No, not really. Just being honest here. All right. I know you guys are going to ask about the fish room. There's only 2 tanks left. This tank has some Corys and some Plecos, some L32s. And this tank has some lemon blue eyes and some guppy fry you can see right there. But then all these are going to come down. I'm going to take actually all this down and start storing the tanks in the back. I'm going to fix the drain over there. You can see all the black mold. Going to get rid of all that wood. Yeah, I'm not going to use any of this wood again if it has any mold on it, because I don't want any mold in the new house. A lot of the tanks on this side are now empty or being empty. This tank only has a reverse trio in it, so I got to get those out. This tank just has a couple left. That tank is empty. This tank is almost empty. Like I said, I'm going to be combining everything into the 90-gallon muck tank. And I only plan to have a few tanks running when my friends come over to help me move. So, all right, folks. You can see here. I mean, they look. Just look up here. They are going after this food. Like I said, like a fat kid with cake, or me and tacos, or me and pizza, or me and almost any food that I like. So it's great food, don't get me wrong. They like it, it's healthy, it has great protein, but it doesn't stick. So take that for what it's worth. Aquarium Co Op, freeze-dried brine shrimp cubes. I'll put a link down below for you guys to check it out. Any comments or questions, let me know. Look at these skunk Corys. They're cool. I can't wait to set up my new fish room. All right, that's enough about me. See you guys. Have a great day. I also have those freeze-dried black freeze. Wow.